Well, good evening, guys. I'm coming out here to close everything up, and I realize I haven't exactly put together a new video or even explain what I'm doing here. I mean, why has anybody ever put together these YouTube channels? And sometimes we do it because we want to teach things and we want people to be involved. And I do. I like I like people knowing what's going on and people knowing what's up with everything. Well, sort of. Not too open, I guess. But I wanted to talk about why I wanted to put together some YouTube videos and why I wanted to start posting. And I don't know if I have anything new to teach anybody, but we have a different style that is really just for us. And some of this stuff in here is for we can have some fresh food, and some of it's over here so we can put some storage away, like all those potatoes that we have growing. And so I guess everyone's aware of what's going on politically right now, and I'm not going to get into whether anything is good or bad. I don't really have much of an opinion, but I will say it forced us to kind of push and start making some better decisions about our garden this year and to stop making a lot more mistakes. Nothing has been fertile for years. It has been an absolute mess out here. These are my new garden beds this year. But the other thing that I saw that I thought, wow, I mean, we're really jonesing for some problems lately. And one of those was that we might be headed towards a depression come 2030. And when I started on this journey several years ago, even before we bought this piece of property, I just wanted better health. I have joint problems, and now that we've had another baby, I seem to have some blood pressure issues. And so growing and raising our own food has a real benefit for minimizing those problems, lowering inflammation, and so on. You see all my chicken coops. we still have to roof everything. So definitely our health was at the top of that list. And I will tell you, whenever we are able to eat good, fresh food, man, I feel amazing. My joints don't hurt as bad. My fatigue isn't as bad. I don't get as many headaches. And when we're eating trash, like we enjoy our McDonald's from time to time, we always end up feeling bad, from stomach aches to headaches to tired to dizzy to blood pressure to you name it. So there's definitely a health benefit. And then I started to kind of say, you know what? I don't want to hear anything else about, I don't want to call it fake news because I don't support our politicians, but maybe we'll say conspiracy news. I was like, I can't take it anymore. If the world came to an end tomorrow, I mean, honestly, what am I going to do? I'm gonna keep growing my garden and raising my chickens before they all get ransacked by the crazy people? I mean, really, honestly. So, I mean, if the weather's being manipulated, what am I really going to do about it? Go over there and tell people to cut it out? No, probably not. So, yeah. I had kind of said no more news. And then I was like, And I started looking up and it's like, are we even close to a depression, a recession? I mean, a recession doesn't affect us. We live so far below the poverty line. It's insane. But you know what? What about a depression? That could potentially affect us. It could potentially affect his job. It could potentially affect how I take care of things with our little son. And it said 2030. And I looked at my husband and I was like, oh, I think our garden's on the countdown to 2030. And so this is where we're at. This is kind of what we decided on was our goal. Even though we're talking about selling right now and getting a larger piece of property, cash hopefully, our goal is 2030. By 2030, we need to have everything in place and everything ready to go. And so here it is. I mean, that's what I'm doing here. I need to document for our family, for my peace of mind, for me to go back and say, hey, what's been going on? What are we doing? Where are we at? And I can come back and I can look at my videos and I can say, hey, we grew some lettuce. The beets, they don't do so great. So I need to work a little bit harder to get our beets put in. By the way, boron, everyone's I don't know. Sometimes it's their favorite. Sometimes everybody's poo-poo on borax, but your garden needs it. So if you're running low, if you're deciding that, hey, I don't think my stuff's growing right, this might be why. If your root vegetables aren't growing properly, consider putting a little sprinkle of borax into your garden beds and see if you can't get a better harvest. Chickens are going to bed and the cats are stalking my chickens. So excuse the mess. My husband has been working a lot trying to get this place cleared up. We were trying to do some videos on cleaning, but I don't know, didn't quite work out. Mostly because I don't have a cameraman walking around with me. Need to get me one of those eventually. But we made three new garden beds this year. I've got these. These are running me about 10 to 12 feet. And then I did the big square ones, and those big square ones, these are kind of my catch-all. This is where I'm sticking everything that I'm like, hey, what do I want to plant? I don't know. Just throw it in here. I'm still just throwing in seeds. I'm not figuring things out for the year because I don't have all of my garden beds in yet. This is a pretty good garden bed for fresh eating, and mostly this is what we do out of here is we eat it fresh. If I can, I'm going to pack some food away. But if all I do is I get to eat fresh season to season to season, for right now, fine, so be it. That's what we're going to do. Guys, look at this. I grew some daikon this year, and one of the seeds, it fell out on the ground. It didn't quite get me a daikon. That didn't come through as well. Yeah, but the seeds did. And I wanted these seeds because I would like to try my hand at more daikon. So the seeds came in. I'm just waiting for them to dry up. And as soon as they dry up, that's it. We're done. And I'm going to replant them for the fall. And then we're going to have some beautiful winter plants. And we will just have to figure out how to eat a daikon radish. But whatever will grow, I will take. Living down here where we live in Texas, I have sandy soil. I have acid soil. It is not the best growing environment. And the only reason I've gotten everything I've gotten lately is because I have been adding lime to my soil to try to bring down some of the acidity. And then because of all the sand, it holds nothing. I mean nothing. So it doesn't hold water. It doesn't hold nutrients. I have been packing this thing for 5 years with Happy Grow, I think it's called. Love the stuff. I'm sure someone's going to complain, but it's beautiful. It does great if you have sandy soil. So I've been adding. And then this year we chucked in a boatload that we could pull out of the coops of manure onto everything. And so we finally have a good soil that is hanging on to moisture, then feeding all of our plants. And so the cats seem to think it has a lot of good warmth in it. Pretty sure that's now the reason why my pepper plant's not growing very well. So yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what our plan is. Countdown to 2030. I want everything in place, buy her before 2030. You guys have a great night. Thank you.